to buy an iPad, and then well, he doesn't really get it, does he? As we are gonna be getting ourselves into it, we'll see how this discount DK will do. As you mentioned, I don't know, man. I'm a Magnus fan, though. Really, other than himself, nobody else to really empower. So, in that regard, I guess there is a weakness on him.
But when you play a carry Magnus, you actually don't care. You're there to empower yourself. You're there to farm yourself. But we'll see a smoke action, a kind of late smoke.
Breaks through, sees them. Muerta is pretty fast, but the Shockwave does connect. The slows are there. Blood Grenade as well. Miposhka, however, slows all four of them, and Satanic is coming over. He might actually stun himself. That's going to be a problem. Boxy did go low. Miposhka, he offered himself. Kill me, kill me. Let's see if that's going to be happening. Pulling him back with the Shockwave, and this should be a dead Lich. Oh, Boxy gets the first blood, dies in the process. It looked like Laurel was going to be getting it, but now he's going to be dying himself. This is a really big problem if he does go down, and he will. Insania gets the kill, and that is the start that Liquid were gunning for. If the Ember Sleight of Fist connected onto Boxy earlier, it could have been good for the Ember, but this way, definitely not.
Very good start for the side of Liquid. I thought for a second he may buy back on Ember there. I wonder, like, to just get faster to the wave on the mid. Would be very interesting to see if it would be worth it. Probably not.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't like that. It'll be fun though. Imagine our grand final starting off with a minute one or pre-minute one buyback from an Ember Spirit, but no such luck. No such luck here. Okay, let's focus on the matchups here, on the lanes a bit, and then we can talk about some other things. You said the discount DK, is he as strong in the lane as a Dragon Knight is? Is Mickey gonna be able to win this lane?
I mean, let's be honest. There's nothing as strong as DK because he gets all this free region. I think Magnus should be fine, especially because, like, in a safe lane, you're so close to your tower. You can get a skewer off play, but there is a lot potential for aggression in between Ru and Malik, and they're really showing here, harassing Insania, and they can do the same to Mika.
Yeah, poor Pagana. What about the top lane? Okay, so generally Timbersaw is solid versus an Alchemist, but Boxy is gonna be in some trouble. There's the Acid Spray, the minus armor already. A very squishy hero, no chance for a Bushwhack. The tree gets cut down, and Saberlight unable to protect his support.
Damn, these kids and their reflexes. I don't know. He cut the tree even before he got planted.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see the tree.
It was so annoyingly fast. And they get a kill. I mean, with the Alchemist Timber, it can sort of early go both ways because the Alchemist is just so strong with the Lich, but should be a really good lane for Timber all the way.
Yeah, I guess as time goes on, it is supposed to go well for him. The mid lane, though, is going okay for the Ember Spirit, despite getting to a lane. I don't want to say super late. He maybe lost one creep, maybe two of them. That's about the extent of it. But thus far, the Magnus is doing well. Everybody is doing okay. Nobody being shut down. Is this within expectations?
Yeah. Sort of, but here comes the level 3 and a minute 3. That's where the whole action begins. Satanic gonna charge the stun.
Well, now he couldn't cut that tree. He was way too far away from it. He's gonna be taking a decent amount of damage, but Saberlight is soon going to find out that he's not as strong as he thought he was.
Yeah, I think this lane is going... Ooh, he's so low.
Oh, he's so dead. Oh, the Bushwhack just in time. Satanic holding it a little bit too long. He thought he had that, and now the wands for Saberlight will allow him to be fine. Skewer from Mickey. Gets Malik closer to his side, but he's still going to be in some trouble. It's fine.
Very interesting trades on these side lanes. I mean, I think this top lane is worrisome for the side of Liquid. Think, oh, another go?
Boxy in some trouble. There's the Acid Spray. Miposhka gonna be slowing him down and pushing him back. There is gonna be a Bushwhack, and this time around they're gonna be turning around onto Miposhka with the Shredder. He's gonna try to deny himself, and neutral creeps. They kill Miposhka after he gets the kill. That's just how good this guy is. You know, in Liquid we have some TI winners, but this guy did it twice.
That's my goat right there. Just as he told, oh, nice, Liquid is out playing them, but then he kills him and denies all. I mean, that's a picture perfect.
Yep, doesn't get much better than that. Satanic won't be losing much until the Lich comes back. Bushwhack doesn't connect, and pretty much Spirit are gonna be happy with how that lane is going. But generally, because there's so much fight, I guess you're not getting as much CS. Is this still okay versus an Alchemist?
Yes, but then again, no. I think this hero cares equally enough about the experience, and right now he's getting a lot. And we saw yesterday on this Alchemist Satanic fully free farm, he was unstoppable 10 minutes later. So Liquid needs to step up, maybe even bring some more hero stuff.
What's happening with the mid lane? An Ember Spirit beating a Storm. Not something that we have seen in this tournament pretty much at all.
I don't know. I feel like it should be closer to 50-50. Maybe the kill, he actually got the solo kill, right? Before he died on the room. Maybe that was the difference maker. I don't know. Maybe he's just outplaying. But definitely a better start than expected for Lara.
And this is big for Spirit, right? Sometimes we were saying that they tend to sometimes lose their laning stage a little bit more than is acceptable, but not this time around. Spirit looking clean, getting everything they want. Dawnbreaker kind of behind, but it's really nothing huge.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe their biggest weakness as we approach the minute 6 power rune. Liquid's gonna be bringing both supports, where only Rue will be joining.
And he is maybe even kind of late. We'll see what he can do versus a Pugna and the Storm that can be very dangerous for him. AD rune for Nisha, has level 6. He is now a threat.
It's up to him to make this AD go to work, and it's gonna start with a D word, a very nice one. You love to see it. All support players, as we're gonna watch in Senia, hit the deck here.
Very dead. It's only a matter of time before he dies. And we'll get taken out. Miposhka is the one who gets the kill. He's on a killing spree. Despite dying, the creeps, they do not take away your streaks. So, nice rotation. This leaves the Alchemist alone, and he's still doing fine.
Back to the point. As a fellow support player, as all support players in the chat, can you feel like a little bit a fire around your heart seeing a mid laner devouring for himself, buying a certain tree himself and devouring? Do you feel satisfied watching that?
No, I feel dissatisfied because that was my gold. I was supposed to buy a sentry and devour it.
Yeah, but you can do something else productive on the map. You don't have to do this job to Satanic.
Well, they're doing something productive, bringing down the Alchemist, standing near the tower. He's fine if he dies, if he gets all of these creeps, but a lot of them are not gonna be going his way. A little bit of unlucky there with the acid spray being taken down. A big deal, and Nisha didn't even use the AD rune yet.
I mean, we didn't really mention, because of my annoying story, that Larl actually stole the Wisdom rune. I mean, that was the whole part of it. It was a trade Alchemist for a Wisdom rune, and it's probably worth it for the Spirit side, considering how important level 6 is for these supports on the Liquid side.
Yeah, for every support on the map, basically. Lich loves it. Muerta, maybe not so much, but yeah, as you mentioned, the Pugna and the Hoodwink are going to be very unhappy with that, especially if Insania goes down Ember. Usually we see him picked when there's a Pugna on the other side just because he's so good versus the hero. However, this time around, he won't be able to get the kill and has to get out in time.
Oh, AD into Arcane Rune for Nisha. He, as you said, it doesn't really get much better than this, and he's instantly going to make it go to use.
That's a streak.
Porshka.
Give me that killing spree, and Saberlight says it's mine. He is now going to be at the top of the network chart, but he is pretty low. Satanic charging up the stun. Nisha can't dodge that one, decides not to do it with so low mana. He wants to be kind of careful. Satanic will turn back to farming, and they will leave Saberlight on his own. Satanic, he has the ulti, will pop it. Bushwhack keeping him away, and that's going to be it for that fight.
He's very angry. He's pinging out. He wants the teammates to join, and they will.
Yep, Satanic going forward. He's very mad that they were annoying him in his own part of the map. Boxy, with beautiful movements, might be able to live because of those. The dead shot will be signaling that he's not getting out of this one alive. What a nice side step from Satanic not to get caught by the Bushwhack. And they finally get this kill.
Not great, not terrible, chasing a guy for so long, but at the end he gets the last hit, so probably similar to just hitting the creeps all this time.
Mickey Echo Saber, I guess to be expected. After that, we can probably expect a Blink to come out from the Magnus, then a BKB. That is kind of the standard that we are seeing from these Magnuses. But if it's chains, Boxy struggling in the levels. They need some time on these lanes on the liquid supports.
Yep. Isenia. Here comes Nisha.
Ah, that's a dead Dawnbreaker. No way you're getting out of that one alive. Malik will get taken out. He doesn't have his ulti for another 57 seconds, so we'll have to TP back to the lane, and maybe they can kill him again. We'll see if Liquid are going to be gunning for him once more.
A rare mistake for Malik in this tournament to get caught, and usually he turns it around. 10-minute rune should be... Ooh, it's a regen.
But he got silenced up, still has a fairy fire, pulled in again. The extra silence will be turning it around onto Lara. A little bit of trouble for the Ember, dodges the bushwhack, just in time dead shot off the mark. Nisha, think about going back in, that region is still going strong. He wants to go forward, it is gonna be slowed down now, but through very likely going down. Nisha still has half of the region left, so a lot of his mana will be brought back.
We said it doesn't really get better than the AD and Arcane Rune, and the perfect third one is the region. So all the other ones coming up will not be as juicy, but Nisha having like a dream start so far.
And Panel touched upon it, how important it was for the Storm Spirit to have a good game, especially because there's a limited amount of counters on the other side, and well, if the Storm is really behind in this game, they can kill him over and over again. But if he is ahead and he's killing them first, it's gonna be a rough one for Spirit.
He still needs to be careful, as we watch the mid pressure S3 Spirit showcasing that they somehow just always have a really good understanding when they cannot pressure.
And not gonna be happening. Nicely done by Spirit. I really love this when you have an Ember Spirit, because there's not a lot of lockdown on Liquid now. I think he can just pressure so much in that mid lane, give so much info for his team, and that is important. You have an Alchemist on your lineup, you want to farm. Well, let's see, have you gone too far, Nisha? It seems that's gonna be the case. Dead shot into another calling, and Nisha, you said it, he needs to be careful, and he wasn't.
It's just the combination of these small things that Spirit has is really dangerous for the Storm, like the calling, the Sinister Gaze with the chains. Although it's all very low level, just combined up with Solar Guardian is enough if chained perfectly, and that's exactly what they did.
Nice deny on the Illusion Rune. However, Boxy will probably pay for his sins. Saberlight in the vicinity is trying to get a kill for himself.
Ooh, nice
Glitch is gonna be bouncing around. If he goes onto Saberlight multiple times, he's actually gonna die. He took so much damage, and finally, it will be Rude that gets the kill. Nisha is trying to get a return one. Both of the supports of Spirit are dead, but they did get a core for their troubles. Now the question is, can Larl get out? Without the remnants and with the RP being used, there is absolutely no way to do it. Mickey, with his first rotation, will be successful.
No remnants, no Solar Guardian. Definitely that there. I mean, it's a 50-50 trade in a way. They die on 3 heroes for 2, so Liquid is winning in this department, but they bring the Magnus, and Satanic Alchemist is farming all this time, so both teams kinda fine with it.
Yep, nobody's gonna be too mad about this. Only a tower for each team has fallen thus far. For Liquid in the mid lane, for Spirit, their safe lane tower is gone, and another smoke from Liquid. This is not gonna be an easy one to get a core kill, but Miposhka on the other hand should be an easy grab for them. Oh,
happily gonna tank it.
Very nice. Okay, now Insania, he has isolated himself from the rest of the team. Does look like he's going to be in a ton of trouble. Has the decrep, will be using it now. Mickey in the vicinity. Malik dodges on the shockwave. He has his ulti. Blade Mail as well. Need to be careful not to take a lot of damage from it, but now they're going to be focusing on Malik, and does look they'll be able to take him down. The death shot on the Storm needs to be careful. Here comes the Ember Spirit, and Nisha, he knows that this is dangerous. Laurel will finish off the other support, and now they're looking towards the Timbersaw, the Saberlight. He just can't have a game. Every single time he shows his face, he's dead.
Perfect spell usage from the side of Spirit. Yes, they lose 2 heroes, but they gain 3 and they defend the stacks, the most importantly. Shielder on top though. Nisha should be getting this one, or what is happening? He gets away.
Ooh. Very, very dangerous. And Shield Rune is nice, right? Because Spirit, they have damage, but at some point they run out if the Alchemist is not there. So with the Shield Rune, the Storm should be able to do well.
So what is left? It's Invis and Haste before we start getting more of the good stuff. Smoke from Spirit.
Let's see how much the Shield Rune will help you. It doesn't seem it's gonna be enough with the calling, with the Starbreaker, with the damage. Nisha is gone. You need much stronger shields than that to survive it. Now they're gonna be looking for more. Pugna is next on the menu. He's gonna start sucking here on Laurel, but the dead shot from the side will make sure that he doesn't get a lot of his HP back and ultimately will go down. Very nice move from Spirit. They get 2 quick kills.
Tremendous speed that the Spirit lineup is playing with, you know. Just as soon as the one fight is ended, then we'll see Boxy probably going down here again. Just as they finish one fight, they somehow are hitting another move.
Yep, and Boxy is gonna go down at some point. They miss some of their spells, but it is more than enough. Storm Spirit running in. Let's see, Nisha, how much can you do? And the double RP onto the support. Saberlight, he gets a double kill, a much needed one. Laurel, where are his remnants? He doesn't have any. He's gonna try to buy some time, but not enough time will be bought, and he will ultimately fall. Saberlight gets himself a triple kill, a much needed one after a couple of deaths there in the mid game.
Lovely stuff from Liquid too. I mean, this is what we saw from Liquid in group stage and in the yesterday's game. That they're just synergy around the map, and the way they play these fights is beautiful, and that's why I find this matchup today especially exciting, because both teams excel at this fighting non-stop thing, as we see 30 kills at minute 15.
It's gonna be a very exciting series, I'm sure, right? And I like how Nisha goes in, no hesitation. This time around, Liquid have enough heroes. I'm not sure if the RP was necessary there, but I guess if the Lich gets his ulti out, it can set up for a turnaround. So better safe than sorry.
Probably allows for this Ember chase too, so better safe than sorry, as you say. But now,
makes sense.
Again, Alchemist is closing on this BKB. Level 2 Solar Guardian. We should be seeing a big move from Spirit soon.
I really like this from Saberlight, though. He has an Aghanim Scepter. Having that makes him unkillable for a long period of time. And there is gonna be a pretty huge part of the game where there's no nullifier, and you're gonna have to get it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, this is why Timber feels so strong nowadays, is this Aghanim's build when there is no dispo. He just allows him to play with no fear for longest parts of this game. But still, the chain lockdown could be killing him, you know.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't get it off. Though if he goes in first, pops that, and gives vision for a Storm and the Magnus to find isolated targets, that's going to be huge. Speaking of isolated targets, that is an Insania Pugna who has nobody even remotely close.
Happens. Got a D ward and bought out the 4 stuff, so not too bad.
BKB on the Storm. That's going to be the first BKB of the game. Very much needed versus all of the silences and all of the little things that have been annoying him so far. Other than that, what big items are we looking at? Of course, the BKB on the Alchemist, and Magnus is already working towards his. Is this a game where you disassemble the Echo Saber, or you go greedy and you go full BKB?
You probably disassemble the Echo Saber to hit the timing, and then you make one again. It's just a very normal play, just to have this BKB as soon as possible, and then you can always make another Echo Saber. 3-man smoke. Liquid looking to start the things off. I think that's very important in this game, just starting first.
Well, they're trying to find something. Ember has a haste rune, so Team Spirit, they have a timing of their own going towards the top lane. Very, very tense moment right now in the game. Saberlight, not an ideal target to be your first. Sleight of Fist misses. Saberlight gonna be running forward there. Atos onto the Emperor, the Bushwhack as well. They're gonna be trying to kill him. There's the Solar Guardian. They did force it out. Nisha gets to the low ground. Does pop the early BKB. Well, they're gonna be going for Mickey. Still has the blink. Very deep in from Satanic. The RP going to be used. They're gonna try to take him down. Let's see if there's gonna be enough damage. Doesn't seem like it. Saberlight's very deep behind enemy lines. Gonna be separating his team and the enemies at the moment. The reactive armor does pop, but nobody dies. In the end, 2 9-second BKBs being used, a lot of spells, and everybody still lives.
I mean, insane patience for both teams. Just such a fight and nobody dies. It just shows like how disciplined both teams are. Each team went for a big beefy target, Timber and Alchemist respectively. So maybe we'll see a slight adjustments next time, just trying to kill these supports, because these big guys don't seem to be dying yet.
Yep, doesn't look like it. I think Liquid there for a moment, they thought they had enough damage for the Alchemist, and then they understood just how wrong they were. Maybe if there was no BKB active, you can think about it, but with the BKB at the moment, the damage output of the Magnus is not high enough. So we saw Dota Plus there in a 50-50. From what you've seen thus far, do you have a favorite? Do you think somebody's ahead, somebody's playing better, somebody has a better chance of winning this game?
I mean, I think slightly Liquid favor, just because of the Alchemist falling off nature, where I think this Magnus, when he gets like the Daedalus, AC, whatnot, he may be too hard to deal with. But then again, we'll see. It's not that Spirit window is closing. I think we're very far away from it. Just ultra late game, maybe Liquid has a higher chance. Ooh.
Atos, Bushwhack, they're gonna have the pull as well. That is the dead Emperor. Laurel making a mistake, and he's gonna be paying for it. No way that anybody on his team could have saved him.
I'm not sure if he didn't expect the Atos, or did he expect Solar Guardian to come out, but a rare mistake from Laurel in this tournament at least.
I've seen he hasn't played many Ember games in his pubs. Maybe just this hero. He knows how to play it, but maybe just hasn't had enough practice lately to be able to dodge all the little spells.
Definitely prefers other heroes more, but hold that thought.
Jump in from the Storm. They think without the Ember that they can do whatever they want, but Team Spirit, they're gonna be showing us otherwise.
I mean, they decide for better to not commit, because Ember is respawning and has... I'm just thinking, if this is the time to strike for the side of Spirit. They have the Aghanims.
Orchid as well.
Orchid ready, yeah.
Saberlight, if they can Orchid him and kill him, that would be a great start to the fight, but doesn't seem like he's gonna be caught. He's aware that something is up.
I think key factor for Spirit is to get on top of Pagna and Hoodwink. And they will
Saberlight. The blink away just in time. Radiance damage not kicking in. They will get on top of the Pugna, who has a 4-step, no TP, however. So this Pugna will die 100%, but let's see how long it takes. Well, not too long. Longer than I was expecting there, though.
I mean, every time you see some of these great players play Pagna, it just seems like a very big pain in the ass to kill, like a discount Ench from before. But a kill is a kill, as we always say. A freebie into a tower, so Satanic. Not too bothered by that, is he's gonna continue to scale.
How do you know about the Orchid, though? I think this is gonna be putting Liquid in a position where they're gonna be slightly more aware with the Timber saw what's going on. Why did you go for that? And there's gonna be an RP, but they're just gonna be baiting for a Solar Guardian with an Aghanim Scepter. Satanic is standing his ground. He's gonna try and TP out with the BKB active. That's gonna be happening as well. Malik, however, he doesn't have a BKB, but there's no more stuns left. Liquid between these three heroes, the Storm, the Hoodwink, and the Magnus, they had nothing to stop his TP. Still, what a greedy play from Spirit. What the hell?
Oh, that was so cocky. I don't know if they expected them to get caught and then banked on the Aghanim Solar Guardian to bail them out, but going for the Tormentor was way too aggressive. I think they're very lucky to only lose 2 supports, but nonetheless, BKB used, Solar Guardian used, still losing 2. Liquid is going to be more than happy with that trade.
For sure, and you're getting closer to your BKB on the Timbersaw, which is gonna be hella important in this game. They have the Yules to remove the Aghanim Scepter from the Timbersaw, so that is something to look forward to. But Spirit, just straight into the pit. This is something that we talked about, Milan, just how good Spirit are at recognizing when they can fight Roche, when they can go for Roche, and when they're gonna let it go. This is just beautiful.
Yeah, they were like so fast to swap them up. Yeah, the fight was on the top part of the map. They instantly go bottom, even TP out of fight to there instead of base, and they're just good at understanding map. It is. That's why they're top 3 team in the world right now, probably.
Yep, even after switching 3 players, a lot of people would say, oh, and we've already mentioned it, it is Yadaro, it is Collapse that are the star players of Spirit, but it seems it is the backbone of Team Spirit, Miposhka, and the coaches that are making this team for what it is.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had my doubts. I definitely thought they will not be so good so early. I thought maybe towards the end of the season, towards the TI and Riyadh, they will be shining more. But being good this fast, what is definitely a surprise to all of us.
For sure. Though, you know, when I had an interview with Amar, and when I asked him about Falcons just before TI, like, are you afraid that you were doing so well? He said, I think we're screwed. Everybody who does well before TI doesn't do well on TI. So maybe Spirit are screwed. Maybe they're going to be doing well for the entire season, and then when the biggest tournaments come up, they're going to be dropping the ball. We'll see.
We'll see, but here, Foreman Smoke will be read by the Liquid. So they're just going to gather on the tier 2 tower and likely use the smoke of their own. I always tell my teams the best time to use a smoke is when the enemy smoke is expiring. That's when you catch them off guard.
As they're losing their positioning, Larl, he is the one with the Aegis, so he's trying to stir up some kind of a response here. Look at his team. They just don't care. They've left him all alone. They're like, Larl, you do you, and we're back to farming.
They think it's a bait and don't want to take it. You cannot blame them, but one question is posing for me is who buys the nullifier on the Dire side? Because that item, it has an exceptional value in this game.
It's either the Alchemist or
he's
nobody.
Already out of slots, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think they just rely on the Ember Yules, right? And when they see the Timbersaw using his Aghanim's, they just Yule him. I think that's the response.
The Aghanim's, it's like the bunch of 4-star glimmers and the Decrepify for Pugna, right? So they definitely
maybe
need
Muerta?
to think of it.
I've seen that. I don't know if Dawnbreaker can do it.
We'll see. Probably, I think Dawn or Ember, it will end up being one of their duties, but so far, gathering bottom as 4. Static wants to pressure this tower while they still have the Aegis.
He's not the one with the Aegis, though. You always have to be careful. An RP into skewer back can kill you quite easily. Now, I guess you are a Alchemist with a BKB and a Solar Guardian behind you, so that should give you enough confidence to just do this.
Yeah, Solar Guardian and the Frost Shield, there's a lot of things to support him. I think Spirit was very good throughout this tournament in like enabling Satanic through giving him the buffs. So Liquid will just choose to 50-50 the map, not trading the towers, but waiting out his Aegis.
And he has an AC now on the Alchemist, so that's going to be a big deal when countering the damage of this Magnus. Sure, Frost Shield, it helps, but only on one target. The cleave is the problem. Now, it is not going to be as big of a problem as it was previously.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Aegis expiring. Magnus Deep is bottom. Just a little bit of a quiet period. Like for first 15 minutes of the game, we had like 30 kills. For the next 15, we only had few. So both teams kind of slowing it down. But Larl still with Aegis, looking to pressure another tower.
He's gonna be going for a shard as well. I like that, right? Making sure that the blinks from the backlines, especially the Magnus, if he's trying to find an opening, cannot be allowed. And also those remnants refreshing is a big deal.
Yeah, kind of S tier shard with the remnants refresh. And Nisha is gonna at least make sure this time they trade the tower for tower.
Tower is under attack.
Alchemist also is very close to his level 20. That is when this hero becomes scary, especially if he gets a Bloodthorn, right? You have so much attack speed, and then you reduce the BAT plus the Bloodthorn. He's gonna be murdering people in mere seconds if they don't get the BKB off.
Yeah, plus Solar Crest and whatnot, and they have the chain lockdown. They have a lot of things to chain down, and probably it's gonna be name of the game for these incoming fights for Spirit. Just find a target, chain lock it down, try to burst it, but then again, they need to deal with this Pugna.
What about the Break of Dawn? It's coming in 20 seconds. Is Spirit gonna try to use it? They might.
They're looking like.
Oh, there. They wanna go. Found the Timber. He didn't get the BKB off, and there's gonna be the Bloodthorn, but he just collides it up all for the RP. Doesn't matter. Here comes the Storm Guardians. He's gonna be getting them all out. It still didn't do that much damage, but the Lich will be going down. That's the first casualty of war. Rue's still alive. Satanic BKB TP out. Laurel left all alone. They want to finish off Rue. Will be able to do it. That is 3 heroes dead, and they're looking for a 4th one. Mickey getting them all together and even pulling them out of the Solar Guardian. Beautiful gameplay coming out from the carry of Liquid, and that's gonna be 4 down. Lucky for Spirit that Roche is not gonna be spawning anytime soon.
Who, man? Spirit getting baited by this Orchid and the potential of level 20 burst from the Satanic. They thought they had him, and I think everybody did. Look at the replay. For a moment he started dying really fast, but Insania with the Crepify, and most importantly Mike with the 3-man RP, skewering them out of this Dawnbreaker ulti. It's just beautiful. You have to respect the Liquid turnaround potential. You just have to. Otherwise, you're gonna be dying like you did here.
Yeah, for sure. And it was only like 3-4 seconds before they get the innate ability of the Dawnbreaker to give them vision. So I think they jumped the gun. I also thought he had the Bloodthorn there with how fast the Timbersaw was dying. Wasn't the case. Mickey now is gonna be pulling him in with the Harpoon. The Yule's there in play, but the Bushwhack, nice dodge just in time from Laurel, sending the Remnant forward, just threatening. And Spirit, they're not gonna be able to get the chase. Liquid are already out.
5k lead, 6k lead for Liquid, and we spoke that as longer this game goes, this Magnus gets scarier. We'll see if Spirit can turn it around. I mean, they just need to find a better target. They need a jump on this Magnus or this Pugna, and guess what? Liquid knows too, so they're gonna instantly smoke. Gonna try to find a pickoff into Roche. Would be perfect.
They want to do it right now. There is a gem on the Pugna. You always mention it, the 30-minute mark gem. Slowly approaching. There is a ward for Spirit, but of course Liquid are smoked, so maybe that's a false sense of security. Mickey, nice Yules. Laurel using that in time. Saberlight going forward with Boschka taking a lot of damage. He's gonna be found by Nisha. Solar Guardian now being used. Mickey just wants to get out of that one. Doesn't have the skewer. Saberlight, there's the nullifier. Finally, they do have it. Nisha is just keeping everybody at bay. They can't get together on the side of Spirit. Satanic still has his BKB, so that's not that big of an issue. However, Malik, he has no way to get out of a very tight situation. Liquid with another one fight and the tower to get on top of it. Roche, are they going to be lucky on Liquid? No. Spirit are the ones that are going to be happier with the respawn.
Still a very convincing fight for Liquid. He didn't even look close for a turnaround from Spirit. They're just lacking damage at this point. Like, yes, they have this Bloodthorn, but between Ember and Dawnbreaker and supports, there's almost 0 to no damage against what Liquid can show. And we can see it in the replay.
Oh, I'm going to see it once again. It's just not enough damage, and that Lincoln Sphere of Mickey is just keeping him alive through everything. They didn't even RP in this fight, right? They didn't have to. You just hold it for as long as possible in these fights. At some point, Spirit have to come together. They have 3 melee cores.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really pay attention, but he did disassemble the Radiance for the Nullifier, but still it didn't really matter in the fight almost at all.
Yep. It's because of that Linken's. You mentioned that they need to find the Magnus. I think Ember Spirit needs to annoy the Magnus, and they need to kill. The Alchemist needs to isolate a easier target.
I mean, but as we said, the Ember doesn't really provide much damage. Like how much he can annoy this almost 400 HP beast. Lara gonna be finding a Elu rune. Rush is on the menu. 9-man smoke.
Dire are scanning.
Yep. And of course, because there's a Dawnbreaker, she is gonna be coming into the fight shortly. Lines are being drawn. And a lot of silence on the map, just a calm before the storm jumping in. Laurel has been found, and you want to start with this Timber Saw. He's just gonna be giving so much vision to his team. There's some wards on the high ground, need to be careful. Saberlight still going forward, Lincoln Sphere protecting him, but that's gonna be expiring soon. Later on the other side, and finally, they deal with the vision. Nice zip away, Nisha not gonna be getting caught. Still, look at Malik, how patient he is with the Solar Guardian. Jump in again, Nisha gonna be funding the Ember Spirit, and
no
he is
buyback.
gone. Doesn't have a buyback. That means that these two supports are just gonna be left for dead. Rue found by the Bushrock on the other side. Miposhka using his ulti, and in the end, he will be the third casualty of war. Liquid once again, a flawless fight.
They were just playing it pitch perfectly. Like everybody behind him, behind the Timber, while he pokes. Everybody unkillable frontliner, and just Spirit try to find a solution. But is there even a one? Even from a bird perspective, from a all-known perspective that we have, it's very hard to see in an angle for Spirit to bring this game back, to win these fights.
Yeah, it's very tough. It's very tough finding a solution at this point. Is there... let's assume that the game goes ultra late. Can maybe Muerta take on the core role on herself, or is that just out of any kind of potential for Spirit at this point?
I mean, like, insanely ultra late where everybody's 6-slotted, maybe, but I think the game is gonna be over long before that, at this trajectory.
Especially now, Nisha with an Aegis, he has been playing really well with the Storm. The way that he's dodging spells, the way that he's positioning himself, and then finding the openings is just beautiful. And it's not only him. Now with the Aegis, it's gonna be even easier for him to do that.
Mm-hmm. What does Spirit do? What does Spirit do? Maybe they can do something with some epic rune if they get an AD or arcane, but before that, Malik's gonna get caught.
No bushwhack. There is an Atos. There's the stun. Finally, we're gonna be seeing something from this Alchemist getting the kill. Nisha a little bit in trouble, and he's gonna be okay. On the other side, Miposhka playing around with his ulti, with the Ice Spire, but no chance in hell that he lives. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. Nisha lowish on the mana, still has the Aegis. BKB's ready on everybody but the Dawnbreaker.
Has to blink out on the Alchemist.
Once again, Nisha going in. There's the Hex. He doesn't have all that much mana to work with, though. So he might just accept to die for the first time. They found the Ember. Remnant back. He's fine. But look at Saberlight very deep behind enemy lines. Gonna get healed up just to keep in the base. So he doesn't give vision, but he's giving just enough for another support pickoff.
He's just proving to be too much. This Timber is just untouchable. They're just running like chickens around him, trying to get these supports. Yes, you get the Hoodwink because he overextends. Maybe that's a way out for Spirit, but how many times Liquid supports are gonna give you this jump? How many times before Timber, Magnus, and Storm just slaughter you?
This Magnus is still not using his RPs, and he has two, Milan. He has two of those to use. Mana is going to be there because the Lincoln Sphere giving him the stats necessary. This is a very dangerous position for Spirit, and neither of us see a way of them coming back into it, getting into the ultra late game when things are going this bad 38 minutes in. It's going to be rough. Boxy, he's down vision, but he's going to get pulled in. There's the Chain Frost doing a ton of damage to him. He does try to get himself away. He's all alone here, and Spirit finally, they're gonna call a bluff from Liquid and be right about it.
Boxy, again, throwing a little bit back to Spirit, but after all, it's just a hoodwink.
I'm trying to see level 25s on Spirit if they're gonna be changing anything, but neither of them are like super game changing. Whereas Magnus 25 is quite nice, Timber Saw as well, Storm, let's not even talk
Hex.
about that one.
Nothing much there. Of course, Liquid still very aggressive in this triangle, considering that Boxy always has a buyback plus a TP. Can they be there in a moment?
That's the last outer tower. The Dawnbreaker got the Ancient Guardian. A lot of the fights have been outside of the base, but now finally Liquid are coming to a point where they're gonna be needing to siege or at least kill the enemies close to the base. So maybe that
Saberlight?
Ancient Guardian. Well, you have to run from him. You have to run from him now. Miposhka is just
Oh my
dying,
God,
and
he's so
Saberlight doesn't
strong.
even see
Wow.
him. There's the RP. Miposhka will get out. The thing is, he's watching his score die. Lord Guardian, he gets himself away.
Spirit again doing a little
at
bit of a
bottom.
magic.
The Storm is diving. Really? Really, Nisha? No way. No way he's doing
No
this.
way.
Of course he's doing it. It's because he's just that good. Does have the BKB. After he dies the first time, he's going to be waiting for the rest of his team to connect. They're a little bit too far at the moment. The dead shot just in time, but with the BKB and the zip. Okay, let's go and fight 1 versus 3 in front of your fountain. He decides maybe it is not the best fight to go for.
Nisha doing Nisha things. As his team
He's
is
gonna do
catching
it again?
around, he wants to go
Well,
again.
there's the skewer back, and they are gonna be getting the RP onto the two of them. No dodge with the slide of face. He just
Wow.
waited. They're gonna be catching more. Mickey just bringing them all in for the slaughter. The buyback from the Ember Spirit are gonna be joining back onto the fight, but the damage is no longer there. But guess who has it? Saberlight with his Aghanim Scepter just explodes, and with him, Spirit are just everybody's dead.
Bing Bong says the Saberlight as he gets the ultra kill. I mean, he's just unstoppable this game. I guess they gave him the most important pick of the draft. They gave them this 18 Timber, and he is showing why. Again, Liquid just conquering the Saberlight, and it seems like we see here, it seems like a really good thing to do, because he is delivering, of course, Storm, Nisha, and Mike playing this fight almost perfectly. It's just too much for Spirit to handle.
Yeah, they can't do much about it. And while we are watching the replay, there's even more people dying on the in real time. It's gonna be Miposhka, that again, a really big and important hero to defend these towers, and that's a dieback. He's not gonna be coming back anytime soon.
Two heroes on the sideline. They smoke the Muerta and Dawnbreaker, but how much damage do they have to deal with everything that Liquid is throwing at them? I don't think enough. I think that's the answer, and this is two sides. What's stopping them from going for the third one?
Has fallen.
Nothing. Only if they would
Arcane Rune
have
on Nisha. Oy, oy, oy.
a moral obligation or maybe feeling bad for Spirit, but doesn't seem to be the case. Liquid are ruthless.
But Spirit, they're gonna give their best shot. They are the team Spirit after all. They're gonna try whatever they can do.
Malik was chasing a career. Let's see Lord Guardian coming in. Satanic gonna be killing the Pugna. That's a good way to start off the fight. The Skewer is there. He does have the BKB on Malik's Light of his chains. Rax is still standing. Storm Spirit in trouble. Nisha standing his ground, has the Hex, and Laurel has a use to keep himself alive a little bit longer. However, Saberlight
Wow.
is just destroying on the other side. Nice dodge onto the RP. So the Emperor is still alive, not for long, still broken down as Team Spirit have nothing else to fight with. That's gonna be a triple kill for Nisha to end game 1 and put Liquid in a good spot at the start of this